Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, in our program, Leaves from Gora's Life, written by Dr. Sharma Marla from West Germany, I am going to read out you regarding growing vegetables instead of flowers, a Satyagraha in Hyderabad. On account of Gora's activities, the prejudices against atheism were fading out. More and more people have come to cooperate with them in the programs of action. Though they did not understand the philosophy of atheism, still on common programs they were cooperating. The Sarvodaya people objected to Gora's political approaches. Otherwise, they were all his colleagues. And so in 1969, in Hyderabad, the capital of Andhra Pradesh, they organized a Voters' Week. They wanted to educate the voter, particularly in impressing upon him that he can control the ministers. He should not complain against the government, but control the government. Gora highlighted Gandhi's utterance, the real Swaraj will come not by the acquisition of authority by a few, but by the acquisition of the capacity by many to control authority when it is abused. The utterance of Gandhi, they printed to nearly 1 lakh pamphlets in Telugu, English, Hindi and Urdu, the 4 popular languages in Hyderabad. They gained wide publicity. They held street corner meetings. They were all anxious not to talk about theories, but translate their theories into programs of active work. Their protest against the pomp and party of the government took the form of marches to the assembly and protest against the bungalows of the ministers. And Gora evolved another program. They considered an ornamental flower the symbol of extravagance as long as the people are hungry. In India, there is food scarcity. Many people go hungry. So they thought that India cannot afford to grow ornamental flower gardens as long as anybody is hungry, and therefore all flower gardens should be converted into growing vegetables. Gora wrote to the chief minister, to the garden superintendent, to the mayor of the corporation of Hyderabad, suggesting them to convert the public gardens into fields for growing vegetables. Naturally, they did not pay attention to his request. So, on an appointed day, one evening, about 18 of them started to raid the public gardens. They went with saplings of tomatoes, eggplant, coconut and banana. They carried these plants. They carried spades and buckets of water. They went to the public garden after giving prior notice to government. They were watched by the policemen there, but they also enjoyed. After all, the policemen are poor compared to the other clerks. They watched Gora and team in delight as they replaced the flower gardens into vegetable gardens. They dug out the flower plants and then planted their edible plants. They concentrated on a small part of the garden, and then, after half an hour, the police prevented them from replacing the flower plants with vegetables. So it became something like a popular movement. There were only 18 volunteers at that time, but nearly 100 people assisted them. Mr. T S Ramarao, a young man, wanted to participate in this program of converting ornamental gardens into growing vegetables. When Gora went to welcome him of his own accord, he pulled down the flower plants that were growing in his own garden, put vegetables there, and then came and participated in the Satyagraha at the public garden. That shows that his open mind of Satyagraha and open protest not only implements a program openly, but changes the attitudes and the habits of the participants themselves. Gora never asked Mr. Ramarao to convert his own ornamental garden, but he said to himself to be honest to the program that he has taken up and should convert first his own garden from flowers to vegetables and so qualify himself to take up the public work. In the earlier days of the freedom struggle, several Satyagrahis who took part in the freedom movement wore khadi or handspun cloth before they participated in the Satyagraha, whereas others took to khadi after the Satyagraha. So this Satyagraha movement and open protest movement has got the double advantage to change the worker as well as the social structure. So now let's know Gora's experience in the case of flower Satyagraha. On the first day, all the 18 of them were put in police lockup. The other participants did not like to get arrested by the police then. Mr. Ramarao also was going with them. After 3 or 4 hours of keeping them in lockup, they released them. But they persisted in their Satyagraha. The second day, Gora and team marched to the chief minister's house, and then they wanted the chief minister, as the first representative of the people, should set an example by converting the flower beds in his own compound to vegetable ones. The police perhaps did not like this movement to spread. They came there. Among those who got arrested were Gora's son Lavanam, his wife Saraswati, and his daughter-in-law Sumati. 12 of them were arrested at that time and were taken into police custody. One of their friends, a young man, Madhu, was with them. Later on, he was made the president of the village council after this Satyagraha because he was to be found a realist. For 1 month they were in prison. The trial was not held. Gora said they didn't want defense. They wanted to quote Gandhi simply. Gandhi in 1946 appealed to the governors and viceroy and also to the parties there to plough the lands of New Delhi to plant vegetables there. Gora and team cannot afford to have ornamental gardens. They said, we would utilize all our resources of water, manure, land and labor for growing edibles. It is common sense, very reasonable. Then Gora wanted to make a statement saying that not he, but the chief minister must be put in prison. The chief minister was destroying food because he was growing flower plants in the place of where vegetables should be grown. When Gora made his intention about the defense, there were some questions also in the Legislative Assembly about their arrest. Several men visited them. They were discussing the matter. They said that Gora was outrageous in the sense of beauty. Gora said, no beauty is there as long as there are hungry men. To enjoy a flower when the fellow man is hungry is immoral. It is an immoral beauty. After 1 month's imprisonment, the government changed its mind and released them unconditionally without proceeding with a trial. So, for 1 month, they were under the trials there in jail. Gora and his team was a moral stand. The police charged them why they were destroying the public gardens. Gora told them they were not destroying the public gardens, but that the chief minister was destroying food for the people. So this moral stand attracted several people. Later on, when Gora went to London, he was acquainted with the movement of Dig for Victory there. During the time of the Second World War in 1941 to 44, the British Ministry of Food and Agriculture and Fisheries encouraged the conversion of flower gardens into vegetable beds. The minister said that where vegetables can grow, growers should grow them and flower gardens should be replaced by these vegetable gardens. In India also, Gora had the campaign to grow more food, but that did not catch the imagination of the people because the ministers themselves were not honest. They themselves were having their own flower gardens. Unless those who led the movements are honest themselves, they cannot catch the imagination of the people. At the Atheist Center, Gora doesn't grow any flowers. All plants are vegetables or edibles. Some fruit yielding trees they had. They don't have non-vegetable plants there. In atheism, they must be very moral and their sense of duty also should be guided by moral considerations. Gora was impressed by Gandhi when he said, we can appreciate the beauty of color in vegetables. The vegetables feed us besides pleasing the eye. Not only the color of flower is beautiful, but the color of a vegetable also is beautiful. Besides being beautiful, this appeases our hunger also. So the vegetable has got double advantage of being beautiful and feeding the stomach. So our sense of beauty also should be moral. These experiences gave new dimension to atheism, how the sense of beauty also can be atheistically reinterpreted. Thank you. We shall meet again in the next episode.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Dr. Samaram Multi-Channel Network, which is nearby 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.
Please download Samaram Multi-Channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.